Ethan had always been drawn to the unknown. As a seasoned explorer, he had ventured into many uncharted territories, but nothing intrigued him more than the mysterious forest that lay just beyond the mountains. The locals called it the Enchanted Grove, a place filled with legends and whispers of ancient magic. Despite the warnings and the tales of those who had ventured in and never returned, Ethan was determined to uncover its secrets. On a crisp autumn morning, he set out with his backpack, filled with essentials and his trusty journal. The forest was a sight to behold, with towering trees whose branches intertwined like a protective canopy, casting a mosaic of shadows on the forest floor. The air was thick with the scent of pine and earth, and the sounds of rustling leaves and distant animal calls added to the sense of mystery. Ethan trekked deeper into the forest, marking his path as he went. The deeper he ventured, the more the forest seemed to come alive. Vibrant flowers with iridescent petals glowed softly in the dim light, and strange luminescent insects flitted about, leaving trails of light in their wake. It was as if the forest was whispering its secrets to him, urging him to continue. Hours turned into days, and Ethan's initial excitement was replaced with a growing sense of unease. The forest, beautiful as it was, seemed to have a will of its own. Paths he had marked seemed to shift, and familiar landmarks disappeared only to reappear in different places. It was on the third day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, that Ethan encountered his first real danger. A pack of wild, wolf-like creatures with glowing eyes emerged from the shadows. Ethan tried to fend them off with a makeshift torch, but they were relentless. One of the beasts lunged at him, its claws raking across his arm. Pain seared through him, and he stumbled, falling to the ground. As the darkness closed in, he thought this was the end. But fate had other plans. Just as consciousness slipped away, Ethan saw 4 ethereal figures emerge from the forest. They moved with a grace and power that seemed to command the very essence of the forest. The last thing he saw before everything went black was the soft glow of their eyes and the feeling of being lifted gently from the ground. When Ethan awoke, he found himself in a small, cozy hut made of woven vines and leaves. The air was filled with the sweet scent of herbs and flowers. His wounds were bandaged, and the pain had subsided to a dull ache. As he sat up, the door opened, and in walked the most enchanting woman he had ever seen. "You're awake," said the first woman, her voice soft and melodic. She had long, flowing hair the color of midnight and eyes that sparkled like stars. "Welcome to our home," said another, her hair a cascade of fiery red and her eyes as green as the forest canopy. "We are the guardians of this forest," the third woman spoke, her voice echoing like a gentle breeze. Her hair was a shimmering silver, and her presence exuded tranquility. "You are safe now," the fourth woman said, her golden hair glowing like sunlight. She smiled warmly, and Ethan felt a sense of peace wash over him. Ethan was at a loss for words. The women introduced themselves as Leora, Celine, Alara, and Thalia. Each had a unique connection to the forest, and together they maintained its balance and harmony. "We found you just in time," Leora said. "The creatures that attacked you are not usually so aggressive. Something has disturbed the natural order of the forest. We believe you may be the key to understanding what is happening," Celine added. "But first, you need to recover. Then, we will show you the wonders and the dangers of our world." Ethan nodded, grateful for their help and intrigued by their words. As he rested, he couldn't help but feel that his journey had only just begun. The forest had revealed its guardians, and now it was time to uncover its secrets. Over the next few days, Ethan's strength gradually returned under the care of the 4 women. They tended to him with a combination of traditional remedies and magical healing, their touch imbued with a warmth that accelerated his recovery. Each day brought new discoveries about his saviors and the mystical forest they protected. Leora, with her midnight hair and star-like eyes, was the mistress of the night. She could communicate with nocturnal creatures and harness the power of the moon. Ethan often found her outside under the moonlight, surrounded by glowing orbs and whispering to owls and bats. Celine, the red-haired beauty, was connected to the earth. She could coax plants to grow, flowers to bloom, and even converse with the trees. Ethan was amazed to see her touch a barren patch of ground and transform it into a vibrant garden within moments. Alara, the silver-haired guardian, had dominion over water. She could summon rain, create streams, and control the flow of rivers. Ethan watched in awe as she danced by a brook, the water rising to form intricate shapes that moved in harmony with her movements. Thalia, with her golden hair, was the embodiment of light. She could manipulate sunlight, create illusions, and heal with her radiant energy. Ethan often felt a comforting warmth when she was near, her presence like a gentle, reassuring embrace. As Ethan spent more time with them, he noticed that each woman had her own unique personality and charm. Leora was serene and contemplative, often lost in thought but always with a soft smile. Celine was passionate and fiery, quick to act and fiercely protective. Alara was calm and wise, her advice always insightful and her demeanor soothing. Thalia was cheerful and nurturing, her laughter a melody that lifted everyone's spirits. One evening, as they gathered around a fire, Ethan finally asked the question that had been on his mind since he woke up in their care. "Why did you save me?" he asked, looking at each of them in turn. Leora was the first to answer. "We sensed a disturbance in the forest when you arrived. The creatures that attacked you were driven by an unnatural force. We believe your presence here is connected to this disturbance." Celine added, "The forest chose to lead you to us. It has a way of bringing people who are meant to be here. We are its guardians, but sometimes it needs an outsider to see what we cannot." Alara nodded. "You have a part to play in restoring the balance. We don't yet know what it is, but the forest will reveal it in time." Thalia smiled at him. "And besides, we couldn't just leave you to die. There is something special about you, Ethan. The forest sees it, and so do we." Ethan felt a surge of gratitude and determination. He had come to this forest seeking adventure and knowledge, but now he realized he had a greater purpose. He was here to help protect this magical place and uncover its secrets. With his resolve strengthened, Ethan agreed to join the women on a journey deeper into the heart of the forest. They would guide him through its wonders and dangers, teaching him about the ancient powers that dwelled within. Together, they would unravel the mystery of the disturbance and restore harmony to the enchanted grove. With Ethan fully recovered, the Guardians decided it was time to begin their journey. They set out early one morning, the forest bathed in the golden light of dawn. Ethan marveled at the beauty around him, every step revealing something new and wondrous. Their path led them through dense thickets and over babbling brooks, each woman guiding him with her unique abilities. Leora led them through the darkness of a cavern, her star-like eyes lighting the way. Celine showed him how to listen to the whispers of the trees, learning their ancient stories. Alara took him to a hidden waterfall, its waters shimmering with magical energy. Thalia's light guided them through a maze of illusions, her laughter dispelling any fear. As they traveled, Ethan encountered creatures he had only read about in myths. A herd of unicorns grazed in a meadow, their horns glowing softly. A dragonfly the size of a hawk landed on his shoulder, its wings glittering like stained glass. A group of fairies danced around them, their tiny voices singing in harmony with the wind. One night, they camped by a crystal-clear lake under a canopy of stars. As they sat around the fire, Leora began to tell him the legend of the forest. Long ago, this forest was home to a great civilization, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. They were deeply connected to the magic of the land and lived in harmony with nature. But as time passed, they became greedy and sought to control the ancient powers. This angered the spirits of the forest, and a great cataclysm struck, destroying their civilization. Celine continued, "The few survivors vowed to protect the forest and its magic. They became the first guardians, passing their knowledge and responsibilities down through the generations. We are their descendants, bound to this forest and its secrets." Alara added, "The disturbance we feel now is a sign that the ancient powers are awakening. Someone or something is trying to harness them once again, and we must stop it." Thalia looked at Ethan, her eyes filled with determination. "And we believe you are the key to doing so. The forest brought you to us for a reason, Ethan. Together, we will uncover the truth and protect this magical place." Ethan felt a sense of purpose and belonging he had never felt before. He was no longer just an explorer, he was part of something greater, a protector of the ancient magic that flowed through the enchanted grove. He vowed to do whatever it took to help the Guardians and restore balance to the forest. The next morning, they continued their journey, venturing deeper into the heart of the forest. The landscape became more otherworldly, with ancient trees that seemed to touch the sky and glowing plants that illuminated their path. Ethan felt the magic growing stronger with each step, a tangible presence that filled him with awe and reverence. As they walked, the guardians taught him how to attune himself to the forest's magic. Leora showed him how to navigate by the stars, even during the day. Celine taught him the language of the plants, how to understand their needs and desires. Alara trained him to sense the flow of water, feeling its energy and guiding it with his will. Thalia helped him harness the power of light, using it to create illusions and heal minor wounds. Ethan's bond with the women grew stronger with each passing day. He found himself drawn to each of them in different ways, their unique qualities complementing his own. He admired Leora's wisdom, Celine's passion, Alara's tranquility, and Thalia's warmth. They, in turn, were impressed by his resilience, curiosity, and growing connection to the forest. One evening, as they rested by a shimmering pond, Ethan found himself sitting with Leora, gazing at the stars reflected in the water. "Do you ever wonder what lies beyond the forest?" he asked, his voice soft in the stillness. Leora smiled, her eyes twinkling. "I have, but my duty is here. The forest is my home, and its magic is my life. But now, with you here, I feel a sense of adventure I haven't felt in centuries. It's as if the stars are aligning for something extraordinary." Ethan felt a warmth spread through him at her words. He reached out and took her hand, a silent promise of his commitment to their journey and the bond they were forming. As they continued their journey, Ethan knew that the path ahead would be filled with challenges and discoveries. But with the guardians by his side, he felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. Together, they would uncover the ancient secrets of the forest, protect its magic, and perhaps find a love that transcended time and space. Their journey led them to a secluded valley, hidden deep within the heart of the forest. The air here was charged with an ancient energy, and the trees seemed to hum with a life of their own. In the center of the valley stood a massive stone structure, covered in intricate carvings and glowing with a faint, ethereal light. "This is the temple of the ancients," Alara said, her voice filled with reverence. "It is said to be the source of the forest's magic, a place where the ancient powers converge." As they approached the temple, Ethan felt a surge of energy coursing through him. The carvings on the stones seemed to come to life, depicting scenes of great battles, magical rituals, and the guardians of old. He felt a connection to these images, as if he were seeing glimpses of a past life. Inside the temple, the air was thick with magic. The walls glowed with a soft light, illuminating a central altar made of crystal. Leora, Celine, Alara, and Thalia each took their place around the altar, their faces serene and focused. "We must perform a ritual to unlock the temple's secrets," Leora explained. "Ethan, you must stand at the center and open yourself to the magic of this place. Trust in us and in yourself." Ethan nodded, stepping into the center of the altar. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath, feeling the energy of the temple flow through him. The guardians began to chant, their voices blending into a harmonious melody that resonated with the very core of his being. As the ritual continued, Ethan felt himself becoming one with the magic. He saw visions of the past, the rise and fall of the ancient civilization, and the birth of the guardians. He understood the balance they had maintained and the dangers they had faced. Suddenly, a dark presence entered his mind, a shadow that threatened to consume the light. He saw a figure cloaked in darkness, seeking to control the ancient powers for their own gain. The vision was so vivid, he could almost feel the malice emanating from the figure. With a surge of determination, Ethan pushed back against the darkness, drawing strength from the guardians and the magic of the forest. The shadow retreated, and he felt a surge of energy that filled him with a sense of purpose and clarity. When he opened his eyes, the ritual was complete. The guardians looked at him with a mixture of awe and pride. "You did it," Thalia said, her voice filled with joy. "You have unlocked the temple's secrets and connected with the ancient powers." Ethan felt a profound sense of accomplishment and unity with the guardians. He knew that their journey was far from over, but he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the temple, the forest seemed to come alive with a renewed vigor. The trees whispered their gratitude, and the air was filled with the songs of birds and the rustle of leaves. Ethan knew that their journey would take them to even greater heights, and he was ready to embrace the adventure with the guardians by his side. Together, they would protect the ancient magic of the forest and ensure that its secrets were safe for generations to come. As they ventured further into the forest, Ethan found himself reflecting on his past and the journey that had brought him here. He had always been driven by a desire for adventure and discovery, but now he realized that his true purpose was something much deeper. One evening, as they sat around a campfire, Ethan opened up to the Guardians about his life. He spoke of his childhood dreams, his travels, and the loneliness he had often felt despite his many adventures. Leora listened with empathy, her star-like eyes reflecting the firelight. "You have always been searching for something, Ethan. Perhaps this forest is what you were meant to find all along." Celine nodded. "The forest has a way of revealing our true selves. It shows us what we need to see, even if we are not ready to see it." Alara added, "You have a strength within you, a resilience that has brought you this far. The forest has chosen you for a reason, and we are here to help you discover that reason." Thalia smiled warmly, "And in doing so, we are discovering ourselves as well. Our bond with you has made us stronger and more connected to the magic of this place." Ethan felt a deep sense of gratitude and love for the Guardians. They had not only saved his life but had also shown him a path to true fulfillment. He realized that his journey was not just about uncovering the secrets of the forest, but also about understanding himself and his place in the world. As they continued their journey, Ethan and the Guardians faced numerous challenges. They encountered treacherous terrain, hostile creatures, and remnants of the ancient civilization that had once thrived in the forest. Each trial brought them closer together, their bond growing stronger with each obstacle they overcame. One day, they stumbled upon an ancient library hidden deep within a mountain. The walls were lined with scrolls and books, filled with the knowledge and wisdom of the ancients. Ethan felt a sense of awe and excitement as he explored the library, absorbing the stories and teachings contained within. It was here that he discovered a prophecy, written in an ancient script. With the help of the Guardians, he deciphered its meaning. The prophecy spoke of a chosen one, a person who would come from beyond the forest to restore balance and protect the ancient magic. Ethan realized that this prophecy was about him. "The forest brought you here for a reason," Leora said, her voice filled with wonder. "You are the chosen one, Ethan. You are destined to protect the magic and ensure its survival." Celine's eyes sparkled with pride. "We knew you were special, but this confirms it. Together, we will fulfill the prophecy and safeguard the forest's secrets." Alara placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "You are not alone in this journey. We are with you every step of the way." Thalia hugged him, her warmth and light filling him with confidence. "We are a family now, bound by our love for each other and our duty to the forest." Ethan felt a surge of emotion, his heart swelling with love and gratitude. He had found his true purpose and a family that believed in him. He knew that the path ahead would be filled with challenges, but he was ready to face them with the Guardians by his side. As their journey continued, the bond between Ethan and the Guardians deepened. They shared moments of laughter and joy, as well as moments of sorrow and struggle. Through it all, their love for each other grew stronger, and Ethan found himself unable to imagine a life without them. One evening, as they camped by a serene lake, Ethan felt a strong urge to express his feelings. He gathered his courage and approached the Guardians, who were sitting together, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the fire. "I have something important to say," Ethan began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "These past weeks have been the most incredible and transformative of my life. I came here seeking adventure, but I found something much more valuable: love, purpose, and a family. I love each of you deeply, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you." The Guardians looked at him with a mixture of surprise and joy. Leora was the first to speak, her eyes shining with tears. "We feel the same way, Ethan. You have become an irreplaceable part of our lives, and we cannot imagine a future without you." Celine nodded, her fiery spirit softened by emotion. "We have faced many challenges together, and through it all, our love has only grown stronger. We want to be with you forever." Alara smiled, her tranquil presence filling the air with warmth. "Our bond is unbreakable, and our love is true. We are meant to be together, Ethan." Thalia's eyes sparkled with joy. "We have found our happiness with you, and we want to make it official. Will you marry us, Ethan?" Ethan felt his heart swell with happiness. "Yes, I will marry you," he said, his voice choked with emotion. "I love you all, and I want to spend my life with you, protecting this forest and its magic." The next few days were filled with preparations for the wedding. The forest itself seemed to join in the celebration, flowers blooming in vibrant colors and animals gathering to witness the union. The guardians used their magic to create beautiful decorations and prepare a feast fit for a king. On the day of the wedding, the forest was alive with excitement. The ceremony took place in a clearing surrounded by ancient trees, their branches forming a natural archway. Ethan stood at the center, dressed in garments woven from the finest materials the forest had to offer. Leora, Celine, Elara, and Thalia joined him, each wearing a gown that reflected their unique connection to the forest. The ceremony was filled with magical rituals and blessings from the forest creatures. Leora called upon the stars to bless their union, Celine summoned the earth's energy to strengthen their bond, Elara invoked the power of water to bring harmony, and Thalia used the light to fill their hearts with love and joy. As they exchanged vows, Ethan felt a profound sense of unity and love. "I vow to love, honor, and protect each of you," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. "Together we will safeguard the magic of this forest and create a future filled with love and happiness." The guardians echoed his vows, their voices blending into a harmonious melody. "We vow to love, honor, and protect you, Ethan. Together we will face any challenge and cherish the magic of our bond." As they sealed their vows with a kiss, the forest erupted in celebration. Flowers bloomed in vibrant colors, animals danced with joy, and the air was filled with the sweet sound of birdsong. It was a moment of pure magic and love, a testament to their unbreakable bond. Ethan's new life as a guardian of the forest was filled with purpose and joy. Each day brought new challenges and discoveries, but he faced them with the support and love of his 4 wives. They worked together to protect the forest, using their unique abilities to maintain its balance and harmony. Ethan found himself growing stronger and more attuned to the magic of the forest. He learned to navigate its complexities, understand its creatures, and harness its ancient powers. With the guidance of Leora, Celine, Elara, and Thalia, he became a true guardian, dedicated to preserving the magic and secrets of the enchanted grove. Their life was filled with moments of joy and wonder. They explored hidden corners of the forest, discovering new plants, animals, and ancient relics. They celebrated each season with festivals and rituals, honoring the cycles of nature and the magic that flowed through the land. Ethan and his wives shared their love and wisdom with the creatures of the forest, fostering a sense of community and harmony. They welcomed travelers and seekers who came to the forest, guiding them with kindness and sharing the magic of the enchanted grove. One evening, as they sat together under the starlit sky, Ethan reflected on his journey. He had come to the forest seeking adventure and knowledge, but he had found so much more. He had found love, purpose, and a family that completed him in ways he had never imagined. "I never imagined my life would turn out this way," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "Thank you for showing me the true magic of this forest and for sharing your love with me." Leora smiled, her eyes twinkling like the stars. "We are grateful to have you, Ethan. You have brought new light and strength to our lives." Celine nodded, her fiery spirit softened by love. "Together we are stronger and happier than ever before. Our bond is unbreakable and our love is eternal." Elara's tranquil presence filled the air with warmth. "We are a family, bound by love and magic. We will face any challenge and cherish each moment together." Thalia's laughter rang out, her joy infectious. "We have found our happiness with you, Ethan. Our future is bright and filled with love." Ethan felt a profound sense of fulfillment and peace. He knew that their journey was far from over, but he was ready to face whatever lay ahead with the guardians by his side. Together they would protect the enchanted grove and ensure its magic thrived for generations to come. And so, Ethan's adventure in the mysterious forest became a lifelong journey of love, discovery, and magic. He had found his true purpose and a family that completed him, and he knew that the enchanted grove would always be his home.